The 5 things INFJs do that can drive people crazy. Are you an INFJ? Do you ever feel like your personality drives people crazy? If so, you're not alone. INFJs are known for their deep emotions, strong convictions, and idealistic nature. These qualities can be both a blessing and a curse. On the one hand, they make INFJs compassionate, creative, and intuitive people who are driven to make a difference in the world. On the other hand, they can also make INFJs seem intense, private, indecisive, and sensitive. In this video, we'll explore 5 INFJ behaviors that can drive people crazy. We'll also offer some tips for INFJs on how to manage these behaviors in a way that is more effective and less alienating. 1. They are too intense. INFJs are known for their deep emotions and strong convictions. They can be passionate about their beliefs and causes, and they often wear their hearts on their sleeves. This can be overwhelming for people who are less emotional or less sure of themselves. For example, an INFJ might get really worked up about a political issue or a social injustice. They might talk about it all the time and try to get others to see things their way. This can be exhausting for people who don't share their intensity. 2. They are too private. INFJs value their privacy and don't always feel comfortable sharing their thoughts and feelings with others. They can be selective about who they let into their inner circle, and they often keep their true selves hidden from the world. This can make them seem aloof or unapproachable. For example, an INFJ might not want to talk about their personal life at work. They might keep their hobbies and interests to themselves, and they might not want to share their dreams and goals with others. This can make it difficult for people to get to know them. 3. They are too idealistic. INFJs have a strong sense of what is right and wrong, and they often set unrealistic expectations for themselves and others. This can lead to disappointment and frustration. For example, an INFJ might expect their friends and family to always be there for them, even when they're not feeling their best. They might also expect their romantic partners to be perfect, which is an impossible standard to meet. This can lead to a lot of heartache and disappointment for INFJs. 4. They are too indecisive. INFJs have a lot of thoughts and feelings swirling around in their heads, and they can have a hard time making decisions. They often weigh all the pros and cons of every option, and they can get paralyzed by analysis paralysis. This can be frustrating for people who are used to more decisive types. For example, an INFJ might have a hard time choosing a career path or a place to live. They might also have a hard time making small decisions, like what to eat for lunch or what to wear. This can make them seem indecisive or flaky. 5. They are too sensitive. INFJs are easily hurt by criticism or rejection. This can make them seem thin-skinned or overly emotional. For example, an INFJ might take it personally if someone doesn't like their work or if they're not invited to a party. They might also withdraw from social situations if they feel like they're not being accepted. This can make it difficult for INFJs to maintain relationships and build a strong social support network. It's important to remember that these are just generalizations, and not all INFJs will exhibit all of these behaviors. However, if you are an INFJ, it's helpful to be aware of how your personality can come across to others. By understanding your own strengths and weaknesses, you can learn to manage your behaviors in a way that is more effective and less alienating. Here are some tips for INFJs on how to deal with these behaviors. Learn to relax and let go of some of your intensity. It's okay to not be perfect or to have a different opinion than everyone else. Try to focus on the positive aspects of your personality, such as your compassion, creativity, and intuition. Be more open and share your thoughts and feelings with others. It doesn't have to be all at once, but gradually opening up to others will help you build stronger relationships. Start by sharing small things, like what you're reading or what you did over the weekend. Set realistic expectations for yourself and others. Don't expect the world to conform to your ideals. Instead, focus on making small changes that make a difference. For example, if you're passionate about environmentalism, start by recycling and composting at home. Learn to trust your gut and make decisions even when you're not sure. Sometimes, the best decision is the one that feels right, even if it's not the most logical one. Don't overthink things. Just go with your gut and see what happens. Develop thicker skin and don't take things so personally. Not everyone is going to understand you, and that's okay. Just focus on being true to yourself and don't let the opinions of others get to you. Remember that everyone has their own unique perspective, and what might seem hurtful to you might not be hurtful to someone else. It's also important to remember that you are not alone. There are many other INFJs out there who struggle with the same,